Good Saturday morning. It's 9 o'clock. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Anna Chalker alongside Matt Standridge, who's in for Lindsay this morning and weekend. And when you probably woke up, you might have heard some raindrops and you're like, oh, okay, welcome to August. Let's just go ahead and get a shower in.
August is one of our driest months, so to start kind of wet. Maybe you get all the rainfall at the front. I guess what we're trying to do. It's nice sleepy weather, though. It looks like the rain is starting to wrap up, and even at IMS, the rain has just stopped.
Which is very important for today.
Yes, so which driver is today?
It is Alexander Rossi.
Okay, and then Sunday?
Palou.
Palou. We're trying to race those new cars. We want to test them out. They look so cool. Weather is tough. Now, it's not going to rain all day. We're getting a break now, but I do think into the afternoon and evening, we'll be watching some more rain showers and downpours form. There's going to be a widespread wave of rain coming in. And inside that wave, there might be these isolated storms, and a couple of those could turn severe. This isn't a big severe weather setup, but there's a front. We've got the moisture in place. It's humid. I mean, you feel it. It's technically cooler this morning, but it's humid. And we've got enough heat out there to produce storms. It's August, but we also have a lot of clouds right now. Although if you're west of Indianapolis, every once in a while you're going to see a little blue break trying to form. If you can get more of those breaks, you're going to open up the atmosphere to possibly spark a couple more storms, and that severe threat would go up just a touch. But the level 1 severe threat has been expanded. I'll show you that in a moment. We have rain all across central Indiana, especially east of 65. Even downtown, we're starting to dry out, other than sprinkles. You go northbound, it's still pretty solidly raining from Marion to Muncie, Winchester, Richmond. Good morning, Hagerstown, Centerville, Newcastle, Greenfield, New Power still getting the rain. Greensburg, some showers. And over towards beautiful Franklin County, the rain's coming down. But we're watching out west. I have this black and white scheme on the map right now. Maybe a couple breaks out there with some of the clouds. So if those breaks get a little bit bigger, we could be talking about storms. But for the most part, it's still very gray. We're warm, we're humid. But coming up, we're going to talk more about the timing of rain today and the chance for Kohl's Camp. How's that looking? We'll have that forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Matt. New this morning, a man is dead after a hit-and-run crash in Lawrence. This happened around 2:20 this morning near Pendleton Pike and East 46th Street. Lawrence police say one of the vehicles was unoccupied when they arrived. They say they found the victim unresponsive and entrapped in the second vehicle in this crash. That man was pronounced dead at the scene. Neighbors in this area say this is a hot spot for illegal U-turns, which often leads to accidents.
Sometimes my kids come to play on here, and it's dangerous because too many people doing U-turns, and they're not supposed to do that.
Police say they found the suspect walking less than a mile from the crash site. They admitted to being involved in the crash and are now in custody. So we'll provide any updates on this investigation as we learn more. And an update this morning on a shooting that happened on Indy's east side. 2 people, including an off-duty Lawrence police officer, were wounded in gunfire. This happened around 10 p.m. near East 19th Street and Emerson Avenue. Officers located a victim who had been shot. IMPD says that person was taken in critical condition to the hospital, and police later confirmed they found that second victim in the shooting who was that Lawrence police officer, and they are said to be in stable condition. So anyone with information about this shooting is asked to call police, or you can call anonymously at Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. A man accused of killing 2 people is appearing in court for the first time 3 years later. Noah Brimage is charged with 2 counts of murder, battery by means of a deadly weapon, and robbery resulting in bodily injury. He is accused of shooting and killing Darian Wiley and Olivia Brown back in 2023 as they walked to her car on the near north side of Indianapolis. A judge ordered Brimage to be held in jail until his trial, which is set for September. Attorneys for a man on death row are asking the Indiana Supreme Court to deny a state request to set a date to execute him. Jeffrey Weisheit was sentenced to death for killing 2 young children in Vanderburgh County in 2010. His attorneys argue they should have had more time to review this case. They also say his trial was impacted by one of his attorney's serious health problems and the death of another one. Weisheit also has a history of traumatic brain injuries, something his attorney says calls for scientific analysis. And finally, they argue the state is not prepared to carry out another execution. In their filing, they say the state doesn't currently have the drugs on hand to carry out the death penalty. The city of Indianapolis is asking counselors to press pause on a hearing for a potential data center project in the Martindale-Brightwood neighborhood. Currently, the Metropolitan Development Commission is scheduled to discuss the project next week. but the city wants to push that to a later date to ensure residents are presented with the necessary information about the project. This includes commitments from the developer. A spokesperson released a statement on the city's behalf saying, in part, these negotiations provide an opportunity for the city to generate long-term tax revenue and additional benefits and protections for the neighborhoods in which they are located. GOP Senator and Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray says he's not seeking re-election for that position. The state Senate's top leader served in that position for the last 8 years. And you may recall, he received some criticism from his fellow Republicans for opposing President Trump's push to redraw the state's congressional map. Senate Republicans who opposed that effort faced Trump-backed challengers in the primary, and nearly all of them lost. And in a statement from Bray, he celebrated his work during his time in the position. But he will continue his role as a senator. So you can read that full statement right now on WTHR.com. Day 3 of Gen Con gets underway in just a few hours, and over 70,000 people will make their way over to the convention center for the sold-out weekend. And our Rich Nye is among the crowd right now for the ones who got out there early as the game halls open up, and everyone's just already having a great time out there this morning.
Yeah, welcome to Gen Con, and this is the merch store. If you want to have something that says Gen Con on it, say that you were here, get official merchandise, this is where you buy it. And this is the line, but this is not really the line. This is the line. Check out how many people are waiting in line this morning just to buy something that says, I was at Gen Con. And they are waiting patiently. And we have a couple of characters here from Indiana that are waiting patiently. Jed and Emma. Jed's going to be a little bit hard to hear, but I'm going to get the mic in there nice and tight. Jed, first of all, can you tell me what this costume is all about?
So, we're good?
Yeah.
So, I am going as a member of the Death Corps of Krieg, the 143rd, I believe it's the Siege Regiment, but it's more or less just an unnamed soldier that is kind of just a representation of a unit, essentially.
Okay, and Emma, let's move on up here. The line is moving. We won't stop the crowd. And tell me about your costume, Emma.
Yes, I am a steampunky, so steampunk is the genre of, if we didn't go in the electrical route, what if we had gone into steam power? So everything is steam powered, it's an 1800s alternate reality, and I've always loved the genre, and so I get to reprise this character. It's my second time cosplaying this character for Gen Con, so.
Okay, so you are a Gen Con veteran.
Yes.
What do you love about Gen Con, or what are you here for?
I love the community. I love that it brings us all together for a common interest, and that this interest is celebrated, that we are able to be as nerdy as we want to be and just enjoy it together.
All right, well, have a great time. What are we waiting to buy? Do you know yet?
I'm probably going to get some pins. I always enjoy getting pins and adding to my collection. So yeah, probably several of the pins.
All right, it's Gen Con, and we have found the cosplay. We'll have more for you here in just a little while.
Oh, Rich, I can't wait to see what you find coming up at 9:30. There's so much to see there. Thanks.